مرحبا طلابي وطالباتي في درس آخر من دروس المنح. الدرس 52 وهو التمييز. التمييز اسم نكرة لبيان ما قبله من مبهم، يعني an indefinite noun to clarify that something that's preceding it and that is ambiguous. If you stop at that thing or that word and don't qualify it with the tamyiz, you would not understand what the sentence means. For example, في الصف 20. Let's suppose that we stop at the word 20. You'd say 20 what, right? In class there are 20, it could be 20 chairs, 20, etc. So طالبا here comes to specify. That's what the tamyiz does, to specify so that 20 does not remain ambiguous. So في الصف 20 طالبا, there are 20 students in the classroom. مثال هو أكثر زملائه. If we stop at زملائه, he is the most amongst his colleagues. The most what? The most in terms of what? So you see now that the word is coming to tell us in what quality he is more or most. خبرة, experience. So basically we're saying he's the most experienced of his colleagues. التمييز من نوعين. التمييز ملفوظ أو ملحوظ. الملفوظ يعني expressed and done in one word. It has other names as well. تمييز المفرد. It's a tamyiz that generally clarifies or distinguishes the meaning of one word that precedes it. تمييز الذاتي is also another name for it. التمييز الملحوظ هو تمييز الجملة, comes to disambiguate a sentence that's preceding it. It's not one word that's not clear. The whole sentence is not clear without the tamyiz. التمييز الملفوظ. Let's start with the first category. لتبيين اسم مفرد مبهم, يعني to clarify a noun that is singular and that is ambiguous, that's preceding a tamyiz. And that has categories too, 1 and 2 and 3. So the first one is العدد وكناياته. So number or words that have also sort of the idea of number, but they're not exactly, numbers. Some of those are like كذا, كأين and كم. In Arabic, when you use them, you're basically saying some, let's say for example, some pans. I bought a number of pans. You're not saying specifically how many you bought. So قرأت 8 كتب. Now كتب comes to clarify 8 what? 8 what? So I read 8 books, not 8 newspapers or articles. قرأت كذا كتابا. So when you use كذا, I read some number of books. I read some books. I read a bunch of books. So كذا here gives the idea of number, but it's not really specific as a number. The second one comes after, terms that specify المقادير وأشباهها. So anything that has to do with measurements, with weight, right? With capacity, and also with surface area. All of these also are followed by a tamyiz to disambiguate them. So اشتريت لترا حليبا. So I bought a liter of what? لترا حليبا. So here we're talking about volume, right? Which is one of the categories. أعطاه كيسا مالا. He gave him a bag of money. Here كيسا is شبيه. It's actually, not exactly a very specific quantity, but a general quantity. He gave him a bag. We don't know if the bag is large or small. Now the last category is called فرع التمييز. It basically is sort of tamyiz that generally adds a bit of a type of something, what it's made of. أهدى أخته خاتما ذهبا. So he gave his sister as a gift, a ring of gold, right? So ذهبا here tells us what type of khatam or what material it was made. It's not really telling us number, and it's not telling us anything about measurements in general. It's telling us about the material and what it's made of. صنع بابا خشبا. He made a door out of wood. So خشبا here tells us what it's made of, what material is made of. And this is called فرع التمييز. It's like a branch of a تمييز, right? ملاحظة عن الكم. Remember that كم was mentioned basically when we talked about number. And there are two types of كم. الاستفهامية والخبرية. الاستفهامية يستفهم بها عن عدده. When you ask كم, you use كم to ask about a specific number of something. كم مرة زرتهم? يعني how many times have you visited them? The answer is going to be مرتين, ثلاث مرات, أربع مرات, أو مرة واحدة. So you're asking for a number. However, كم الخبرية يخبر بها عن الكثرة. It basically expresses abundance or profusion of something or overdoing something, and it's not really asking for a number. So in a way, it's a bit rhetorical. If I say كم مرة نصحته فلم ينتصح, or how many times I gave him advice but he did not heed it. انتصح, نصحته فانتصح. كم مرة. Notice that it has the kasra now, not the fatha, because we're not asking about number. We're saying كم من مرة, literally, but we're omitting the min, and so it comes out as كم مرة. التمييز الملحوظ. Now we're done with the تمييز الملحوظ. Let's go to التمييز الملحوظ. And remember we said لتبيين جملة مبهمة. Now we're not actually specifying or disambiguating one word that's preceding, we're disambiguating a whole sentence. So this is made of two types. Ones that are derived or transformed from something, and ones that are not transformed or derived from something else. So what are they transformed from? الفاعل أو نائبه, the subject or the deputy subject. Remember, نائب الفاعل occurs in المبني للمجهول. المفعول به والمبتدأ. صح? So let's look here to understand this. So اشتعل الرأس شيبا. يعني the hair now has a lot of gray in it, right? We say in Arabic this is a very specific expression. اشتعل الرأس شيبا. So truly the sentence is اشتعل شيب الرأس. So شيب here is فاعل. So what's happening here is محول عن فاعل, right? We transform the sentence that is normally using a فاعل into a تمييز. فاشتعل الرأس شيبا. زرع الحقل قمحا. يعني he planted the field with wheat, right? So it should be زرع القمح في الحقل. So القمح here is مفعول به. So this is how it is transformed from المفعول به. زرع القمح في الحقل is أصل الجملة. This is how originally the sentence is. هو أوسعهم علما. This is the مبتدأ. علمه أوسع من علمهم. His knowledge is wider than theirs. We turned the sentence and we said هو أوسعهم علما. Sometimes this is referred to also as تمييز المقارنة. صح؟ غير محول. Sometimes it's not transformed. It comes from other expressions and it's not transformed from فاعل أو مفعول به أو مبتدأ. إذا قلنا ما أعظمها امرأة أنعم به صديقا. They tend to be actually about praise, right? Expressions of praise. And here we're saying what a great woman she is. Or أنعم به صديقا, what a wonderful friend he is to have. جيد. فما أعظمها من امرأة أنعم به من صديق, but we can use صديقا أو امرأة in this case. ملاحظة. يمكن أن يرد التمييز في صيغة جار ومجرور. So التمييز can come also as a prepositional phrase. فاق النبيين, and this is a beautiful line actually from Al-Burda of Imam Busayri. It's probably the praise poem of the Prophet Muhammad. فاق النبيين في خلق وفي خلق ولم يدانوه في علم ولا كرم. So here there are very interesting things to notice. first of all, the use of a verb, فاق, to surpass. Nabiyina, the prophets, in his creation and in his ethics or in his values, they don't come close to him in his knowledge nor in his nobility. So في علم ولا كرامي. المي بالكسرة because of poetry at the end. We could transform these and have them as actually as normal tamyiz. فاق النبيين خلقا وخلقا ولم يدانوه علما ولا كرما. But we can also have it with the prepositional phrase using the في. شكرا جزيلا على انتباهكم واهتمامكم، وأراكم في الدرس القادم.